So welcome everyone. Now I'm gonna share a video clip. Just it's an animation, and you have to listen it very carefully.
One day, however, Isaac didn't get brilliant marks at school. When he was 18, Isaac went to study at Cambridge University. He was very interested in physics, mathematics, and astronomy. But in 1665, the Great Plague, which was a terrible disease, spread in England, and Cambridge University had to close down. Isaac returned home to the farm. Isaac continued studying and experimenting at home. One day he was drinking a cup of tea in the garden. He saw an apple fall from a tree.
Why do apples fall down instead of up?
From this, he formed the theory of gravity. Gravity is an invisible force which pulls objects towards the Earth and keeps the planets moving around the Sun. Isaac was fascinated by light. He discovered that white light is in fact made up of all the colours of the rainbow. Isaac also invented a special reflecting telescope using mirrors. It was much more powerful than other telescopes. Isaac made another very important discovery, which he called his 3 laws of motion. These laws explain how objects move. Isaac's laws are still used today for sending rockets into space. Thanks to his discoveries, Isaac became rich and famous. However, he had a bad temper and often argued with other scientists.
You stole my discovery.
Sir Isaac Newton died in 1727, aged 85. He was buried along with English kings and queens in Westminster Abbey in London. He was one of the greatest scientists and mathematicians who has ever lived.
Time is up. So I think one time is enough, right? Because the topic is very easy. So I'm providing you only 1 minute to think about the story or audio clip, what have you heard? And then after that, you have to share, especially the points. We all know the gravity of the theories, we know about the theories, gravity of law, but the most focusing thing, that means the most important points they have shared, the date, the disease, the university name. These are the specific thing you need to make it clear when you are sharing the idea. Okay, so your time starts right now. If you are ready to describe, then you have to raise your hand. Saum Khan, I'd like to request you share something about the audio clip I shared.
Okay. So in the audio clip, we found out that in 1643, Isaac Newton was born in England, and he made different of inventions, interesting inventions such as windmills in his childhood. But he wasn't that much good student in his school days. But later on, he got admitted in the Cambridge University, and he got interest in physics, mathematics, and astronomy then. But for an incident, the university was closed, and he was one day he was sitting in the garden and he saw an apple falling down. And so for that day he thought, why did the apple fell down, why didn't it go up? And for that he researched on that, and he discovered about gravity. So he mainly discovered gravity and force, and he often argued with the other scientists that with something like they stole his topics and something like that. He died in 1727. That's all what I had.
Yeah, thank you so much, Saum Khan. You did really well. You shared most of the part, but I think you skipped the innovative part, that means from the very early age, Isaac Newton was really innovative. He invented so many things when he was a student of a school goer. That from that time he was, his mind was really innovative. He invented so many things, but you didn't share. That's not a problem. Another thing I want to know.
Sir, I did share something about this, but I just remembered one of the inventions from them, so I just shared about the windmill, but nothing else.
Okay, got it. Thank you. So, another thing I want to know, why their university was closed? Why the university closed? Have you noticed the information? Why the university was closed at that time?
Sir, because of
During
the
pandemic.
No, Faisal Jamil, I didn't ask you. I'm talking to Sound Khan.
sorry.
You will get your
No, sir,
chance.
No, sir, I don't know.
Anybody? Except Faisal Jamil. No, not you, Faisal Jamil. Anybody else who can
During the
just share the
pandemic.
point? What is the problem?
During the pandemic.
Pandemic, what kind of pandemic? Actually, there was not mentioned any pandemic. What was that? What was the word exactly they have used?
So there was the attack of plague.
Plague. So what do you understand by plague?
It's a kind of disease.
It's a kind of disease, and pandemic just like infectious disease. If you get touched or if you just get mixed with that kind of people, you'll be get infected by that disease.
It just spread like it just spread like the coronavirus in the whole world.
Yeah, right. And it was really deadly at that time, and there was no cure for that kind of plague. That's why the university was closed. So you can see this is not the first time the world is facing this kind of plague or this kind of pandemic. That means they had some previous experience also. And at that time, people died without any kind of medical treatment, any kind of facilities. That was really pathetic. Okay, so our next contestant participant, Faisal Jamil, I would like to listen from you shortly. What is your findings?
Okay, sir. Thank you for giving me the chance. Actually, this one is all about Sir Isaac Newton, a great scientist who was born in England. He was very innovative from his early age, though he didn't get good marks in his exam sheet. And he was born in England, was studying in Cambridge, but after the Great Plague arrived, the Cambridge was closed. And it has got much inventions, like especially the most known, the famous the theory of gravity that we know, the famous story of the apple. And besides this, he has got three formulas three formulas invented. I mean, three formulas of speed, or yes, a movement that we will study on in our physics book. As he has been very innovative. He died after living a long time, a long span. He was actually, he had aggressive mentality. He was of hot temper for sure. Yes, he was kind of aggressive. Though after all, he was innovative, a person to remember in the history of science, especially in the history of physics. And he has some inspiring stories for the young scientists and for us as well.
Yeah,
So,
thank you so much, Faisal Jamil. Excellent. Thank you. You have mentioned most of the part of this story. Thank you so much. Yeah, Noman, I would like to request you to share something.
Okay. So Sir Isaac Newton, the famous and the greatest scientist of the present, of the past, every scientist, he's the most best and has invented many things, which is helping us during this present time. And the video is discussing about Sir Isaac Newton. And here we can see that the video is showing some life story of Sir Isaac Newton. At the first, we saw that the video. In the video, we see it tells that Isaac Newton was so innovative, and in his younger ages, he invented so much wonderful things like that, the gravity, the three laws of motion, the calculus, etc. And when in 1665 the Cambridge University was closed during the plague. Um, then he returned to his home and he started research on his inventions and those. And in a day, he was sitting down under a tree, and the tree was an apple tree, and having a cup of tea. And then an apple fall down, and when he sees the apple falling down, then he thought that what actually happened and why the apple fall down. Then he started his researches, and then he saw that there is a kind of force, and he named it gravity. And this force is falling down the apple. And for this force, the earth is also moving around the sun. And in 1742, Sir Isaac Newton died. That's it. Hello?
Yeah, thank you, Numan. You did really well. So dear learners, I'm gonna share another audio clip for today's session. So can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, everyone get yourself ready with your notebook and listen the audio clip carefully.
Many years ago, in Denmark, there was a prince called Hamlet. One day, many years ago, in Denmark, there was a prince called Hamlet. One day, Hamlet's father, the king, dies suddenly, and Hamlet is very sad. After this, Hamlet's mother.
Can you see the animation video clip?
Yes, sir.
Is it loud and clear? Is it loud and clear? Can you hear it properly?
Sir, I cannot see the video properly.
But you can hear it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hamlet's mother Gertrude gets married again. Very quickly, she marries her husband's brother, Claudius. And Claudius is now the king.
Oh, how could you do this to me?
One night, Hamlet's friend Horatio tells him that there is a ghost in the castle. It is the ghost of Hamlet's father.
Claudius killed me with poison. Hamlet, you must punish Claudius for me.
Hamlet is confused. He doesn't know if he believes the ghost, and he doesn't know what to do. Hamlet now acts very strangely. He is mean and angry, and he upsets his girlfriend, Ophelia.
Go away. Leave me alone.
Oh, he is so mean. One day, a group of actors come to the castle, and Hamlet makes a plan. He asks the actors to change their play. The new play will show a king poisoned like Hamlet's father.
With this play, I will catch the king.
When Claudius watches the play, he looks very worried and runs away. Hamlet sees him, and he knows the truth. Claudius is very worried about Hamlet now and makes a plan with Ophelia's brother Laertes.
You will fight him, and we will put poison on the sword and in his drink too.
Laertes and Hamlet fight. Laertes cuts Hamlet, but in the fight, Hamlet takes Laertes' sword and cuts him with it too. Here, Hamlet, drink this.
No, thank you, Mother. I'm not thirsty. No, don't! It was him. He poisoned us all.
Finally, Hamlet knows he must stop Claudius.
Ah, have this and this.
All the royal family are now poisoned, and Hamlet tells his friend that there must be a new king.
Goodbye, my prince.